hello, everybody. And I hope everybody's doing great today on Thrifty Thursday, I guess I'm going to call it. We have some serious things to talk about today. I'm just going to go right into it. We've got a lot of things going on in this world right now, in the universe that none of us understand, whether it's going on underground, above us, with us, around us. We've got a lot of things going on. Let me tell you a little bit of what happened to me on Saturday, the 6th. And my husband. My father has been in the hospital for a week. My father's 90, and he they said he had the C word. Uh I said it's just influenza, but they're going to keep him because it's probably pneumonia. So I said, no vent, no crazy, whatever. Just get him well and get him home. So my brother said, we're working on it. Well, his wife called me Saturday and said, your father's at home. He's sleeping comfy in his bed. And within a couple days, he'll be able to hear you. And I was really excited because my father hasn't been able to hear me on the phone in probably maybe a year now. He can't hear nothing. Very, very, very muffled, and he can't hear me on the phone. So I was kind of like, how in a couple days is my father going to be strong enough to hear me? Because she said his upper body's strong. It's his legs that he's having problems with. And he should be stronger in a couple days and he'll be good to go. And I thought, I was like really excited. So I went over, I told friends, my husband was really excited. We were all excited that my father was home and resting comfortably in his bed. So I didn't call the next day because if anything would happen, she would call me. I figured he would rest and she's taking care of him and everything's okay. So, and my brother's had the flu, so he hasn't been able to go over and see me. So uh, I call her the next day, which was uh, January 6th. Or no, that was January 6th when it happened. I have it in my dream journal. That was January 6th that happened. 2 days later, which would be January 8th, I called her and I said, how's dad doing? And she started telling me that they had to sedate him. He got aggressive with them. They didn't know what to do. And she's talking about all this stuff. And I said, well, isn't he home? She said, no, he's not home. I said, what do you mean he's not home? You told me the other day he was home. She says, I never told you he was home. My husband, I had her on speakerphone. So if I wouldn't have had her on speakerphone and my husband wouldn't have heard the same conversation, I would have felt like, okay, am I going crazy? So I get on the phone and I call my brother because my brother told me the same thing, that her grandson, which lives with them, he had to get him back from Franklin. He talked him into coming back from Franklin to help take care of my dad. And he said that dad was sleeping comfortably at home. This was January 6th. So by January 8th, dad was never out of the hospital. He was still in the hospital. And they were talking about all this other stuff. So what happened? What transpired? And I didn't push it because she had no idea what I was talking about. I said, you told me the other day that he was out of the hospital. No, I never told you that. He hasn't been out of the hospital. And my husband is like looking at me like, what just happened? And I said, I don't know. But then I talked to her not yesterday, but the day before. She said she wasn't going into the hospital. Let's see, it was the days are mixed up. It was the 10th that I talked to her. It was yesterday. And she said she wasn't going into the hospital because the roads were really bad there in PA and she didn't like to drive. And I said, well, how is he doing? She said, they changed his medicine, so he's not irate and he's doing better and he should be out in a couple days. So I'm like, okay. So I said to my brother, I said, something happened on the 6th that she doesn't remember telling us that he was out. So was that a time loop? Was that a future uh, thing that's going to happen that went into my field on the 6th in my present time? If she tells me in a couple days that same story, your father is comfortable sleeping at home and he's out of the hospital, then Saturday, January 6th, was a future event that happened in my now space. Because for her not to remember anything, and she's pretty healthy, she's pretty with it I mean, she's pretty with it. So she's a lot younger than my father. So I'm like, we'll see. And I will tell the honest truth because we need to start manifesting right now because we have weather things going on. They are doing the weather is being manipulated. And there is some major stuff. I talked to a friend of mine. She's in Pennsylvania and her electric was out for 2 days. They had the massive wind that we had in Florida. I seen the weather map, and that weather engulfed the whole side from Florida to Georgia through Ohio to Pennsylvania and up to Canada. And then there's I just seen in California at a ski resort that they're digging people out from an inside avalanche that is very rare. People are dead. There's one person dead, somebody injured. I just watched that happening. There's flooding, there's earthquakes, a huge earthquake in Japan. I have seen them uh, spraying all over the place the other day. Clear skies, beautiful skies. I told you all these streaks went up and down, straight up and down, all over the sky. So I knew that they were spraying. And then I seen another one. You know, when the jets that fly, uh, you can see that and it dissipates. These don't. They stay in the sky, and then we had those crazy clouds yesterday. I want you to look at some other things. Recently they had the alien thing in Miami. That was so fake. I mean, for one thing, everybody with a cell phone has it at their bosom, looking at it constantly and snapping pictures. Nobody got a clear picture of it. Really. This is the simulated alien thing that they were going to do. I want you to look at something else too. There was news about the tunnel that they found in New York, okay, with the Jewish people in it. Now, I want you to use common sense with this. I watched it. I've watched a couple clips of it. It's staged. Since when, okay, that the police find a tunnel with people in it, okay, and they're going to bring a concrete truck and they're going to fill it in, but the people stop them. So they go down in the tunnel and they're standing around with these people like they're waiting for another scene. What happened to the SWAT team talking people out? We're not going to go in until it's safe. None of that. No, they're all just down there intermingling with all these guys in black, these Jewish guys with the top hats. They get some guy coming out of a tunnel system with his top hat on that looks like he just came from church. Uh, it's staged. So when we are watching these things, realize that they can show you anything. We have green screens now. Hey, I could be on Mount Olympus. Right now, I could be on the top of a mountain behind me and nobody knows where I am. So we got to remember that because a lot of these people that I'm seeing anymore, they don't look like the same person. And let me put it this way. If the documents that they're trying to stop, the the E, I'm not going to say it. come out, and it talks about everybody in them. Think about it. Ghislaine Maxwell's trial was what, a couple of years ago? He supposedly was gone a couple of years ago. So they've had all those names for that long. And if they have the names that did that and they have the witnesses coming forward, then they already took those people out. Those people are already been in trouble. We just haven't seen it yet. I'm thinking that a lot of it that they're showing is just holograms. I think that we're watching a lot of holograms on TV. We really, really, really need to pay attention, and we need to use our spidey intuition. There's a lot of things going on around here. I want you all to watch that Jewish thing and tell me why the police would be intermingling with these guys, and it wouldn't be in lockdown with a SWAT team around it, getting them out before and making sure the area is safe for the police to go in. Nah, they're all standing around talking, it just doesn't. Oh, and then all of a sudden they're going to rip the walls down and go through them while the cops are standing there. It just looks like a really cheap movie. I don't know. I just want to cover some stuff with you guys because I'm going to try to come on here every day and remind everybody we really need to do some serious manifesting and protect everybody in this weather situation because, like I said, my girlfriend is in the north right now and they had those high winds and she lost her electric for a couple days. So think about it. Me and my husband have talked about this. If they mess with the electric and we have a blackout in the northern states, it's been cold down here. I've got a sweatshirt on. We're in northern Florida, but we're cold. It's been like, I think it's 60 something today, but we've been like 40 at night, 37 a couple times. We had to cover our pineapple plant. There's been a lot of things going on and it's not normal. I talked to a lady the other day. She says, I'm from here. I've lived around here. I don't ever remember any kind of weather like this. I said, no, neither do I, because all kinds of schools got canceled. They even canceled schools in Pennsylvania for the wind, and that's not normal. If you think that's normal, I'm sorry. I don't know where you're from because that ain't normal to me. We're going to get right into this reading because we had some good cards, but we have some things that are coming up that are trying to tell us some things. Right now, we need to have a lot of courage and we need to stay in our own lane because there's a lot of things that are going on. There's some things that you shouldn't get involved in. And right now, stand firm and stand strong and don't get too involved in this stuff because it's a very dangerous situation right now. The King of Air is the one we got, which is a 14, which goes down to a 5. He represents a man who is extremely intelligent and charming and sadly cruel. He is someone who takes delight in using his mental to cut people down and make others feel less confident and less sure of themselves. He likes to have people second guessing themselves, and because he also possesses a gift for convincing others that he is well intentioned and has only their best interest at heart, people seek out his advice, but he is a power seeker who likes to play mind games. What he wants is to dominate and control, not because he is emotionally broken or wounded, but because it makes him feel powerful. He does it just because he can. If you have someone of this nature in your life, the King of Air represents a need to cut ties and protect yourself from another's manipulations or desires to control you. In turn, a need or desire you might have to control and manipulate others. Only pain will come from this relationship or behavior. I just said that. We need everything right now is being manipulated, and we need to really look at things and use common sense because common sense will win in the long run because they can't keep it hidden when we're using common sense. I thought cards and coffee and a great talk today with all of us would be good because we needed this talk. We really did. Because there's a lot of things coming down. We have, Florida, I'm thinking they're spraying stuff too because we've had itchy eyes. itchy nose. My neighbor, she's sniffling because it's like allergies, and I don't know. They've been spraying a lot of stuff down here, so we'll see. Can't show my ear. Okay. We also got the number 13, the death card, which goes down to a 4. Allow that what will be rather than resist the change that needs to happen. Embrace it. Rebirth, ending, change, beginnings, release, relief, and conclusion. And what's interesting about is this was a 5, and that is change. And then we got this, the death card, which is a transformation and a change. And I always look at it this way. Over here is the shark circling the broken, I'm going to say the broken earth, the broken us. And right now, we're starting to move around and realize what's going on over here. And we're starting to relook and rebuild our beautiful heaven on earth, our Garden of Eden here. And that's the transformation. But we're so used to being here with the sun just a little bit that we're not used to being here and having all the beauty and the riches of the world. The sky was golden yesterday, and golden to me tells me that our Shambhala is right around the corner if we let it happen, if we don't block it, because we got the 7 of water, and she's a go with the flow, trust and faith, surrender, release, peace, control is an illusion, and it is. You're not going to be able to control anybody. You may think you're controlling somebody, but you will never control anybody. Surrender to the flow of life, relinquish the need to control. All happens as it is meant to. The future will bring what you need, not what you want. A gentle, passive approach. This card represents letting go and surrendering to the flow of life, and doing so with complete trust and faith. She is about relinquishing control over all relationships and outcomes, and believing that whatever unfolds in the future is what is meant to be. She has worked diligently to represent imbuing all she does with love, so as to create a future that will bring what she needs to learn, heal, and grow. Now content and satisfied because she knows she has done everything she can, she lays back to rest, allowing herself to flow to the next moment and task. The need to control others or situations is born of fear. Whether that fear is about losing someone or something we love, of being alone, or is simply a fear of failure or missing out, we do what we can to maintain the illusion that we have control. But control is only an illusion, even if we would like to believe otherwise. Yeah, it also says detach emotionally, let go of all expectations, and have faith. Don't invest in speculations, what ifs, maybes, worries, or fears. The 7 of water comes to tell you that it is time to take a deep breath and exhale. If you have set your intentions, are motivated by love, and have done all that is necessary here in the present, then it is time to give yourself permission to relax and let go. Embrace a peaceful, receptive, and flowing state that takes you forward on the next stage of your journey. Your future is now in the hands of fate. It is. We can't stop what is coming, and we can just free flow right now with it, because that's what's going to happen. We've got a lot of swords lately, and we've got a lot of kings, and we've got the King of Swords, and this is ambition with the free flow. So look to the fact before you make your decision. And she just told you to trust and have faith. But you need to look to the fact, even though we're trusting and having faith and we're free flowing, like I said, you need to use our intuition right now, everywhere we look and everywhere we are right now, because a lot of things are an illusion out there, and we have to decipher what is and what isn't an illusion. And that sometimes is a hard thing to do. Now, we did get the healing card. And the healing card is a master number. It's a number 11. And this is a beautiful card. To be human is to be wounded, a time to connect body, mind, spirit, and soul. Let go of definitions and labels, nurturing passion and seek pleasure. The healing card illustrates our third reason for being. However, it covers healing on several levels and does not necessarily suggest or imply that you are wounded or in need of healing, at least not on a conscious level. A happy, safe, and peaceful life does not always accord us with perfect healing and well-being. Every person is vulnerable to dis-ease, whether it manifests in physical, mental, and emotional stress or a feeling of emptiness and longing that is born of spiritual wounds. We all know to be human, we are wounded, whether we are wounded by another, or we have to start releasing some of this dis-ease, the past, live in the now, and realize that a lot of the things that we go through is a learning experience. How are we going to react to that, and what choices are we going to make? Because we can heal ourselves. We really, really can. And we are going into a future of healing with sound frequency and light. And I have seen it. I feel it. I feel that my dreams are always true and will always be true. Because, the healing card came up, and I feel that right now we are going through the turmoil, the transformation, the death card, the tower moment. We are going through that right now. And we are trying to free flow. We are trying to heal, and we are trying to manifest. And what's I love about this reading is when it tells us all those cards, we get the number 17, the star, hope. And number 17 to me is my cue to say that we are destined. Our mission is what it is. And we all have hope. It will be okay. Follow your heart and respect your inner knowing. Trust that the universe will bring you whatever you need. You have worked through heartache, and conflict, understood the lessons of these difficult experiences, and are now beginning to feel hope again. The more you place your trust in the universe to protect you, the more the star guides you towards happier times. The card therefore reveals personal growth through healing past issues. You can be free from old patterns of related and feel more whole and fulfilled in the future. The star is also a card of creativity and offers great reassurance that you're on the right path. So if you have been conflicted, suffering, or doubting your abilities, the star in your reading is a sure sign that everything will be fine. Cue the star, number 17. Yay. So this has been a really good reading, because we are going to manifest. We are going to start creating everything, but we have some rough waters a little bit going through, because we are in the storm right now. We're not out of it in any way, shape, or form. We think we are, but we're not. Now, we did get the knowing card, which is the 9. And when the knowledge card appears, it symbolizes a time of new study and learning. You're being invited to increase your knowledge or still set. Right now, we are going through first school, and we are dipping into the ancient wisdom, and we need to do that. The knowledge represents learning gone a-weary. It is knowledge that it is imposed, that is not factual or accurate. This is knowledge that indoctrinates. It is knowledge that does not empower, but instead subjugates and imprisons. Yeah, our education system imprisoned our minds. We have to realize that. We don't get it yet. They blocked it all. That's why we don't remember. They taught us a bunch of crap with a little bit of sprinkle of truth maybe in it, and made it look like a nice cupcake, but it's not. There's no filling in the cupcake. There's no truth to it. This knowledge is found in religion, culture, and tradition that no longer has a place in our modern world. Are you impeding your own development by blindly following that you've been told to believe? Look to what you have been taught by others and question it. There are traditions that honor and traditions that dishonor. There is knowledge that impedes and restricts and knowledge that sets you free and empowers. The knowledge card represents the necessity of learning the difference and having the courage to defy tradition and old paradigms to the past. We have to release the old as much as we can. Now, I think there is some truths in everything, the Bible, some of the history, some of the things, but now we have to figure out what was a lie and what was the truth. And we don't know because we don't have our ancestors. But if we listen to our spirit guides and our ancestors and listen to our intuition, we'll be able to decipher the truth. We'll get to the point where somebody will tell us something and we'll know right away if it's true, or false. We'll be able to read their body language and read their vibes, their energy vibes, because we all have those energy vibes. Because we did get another master number, number 11, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. Separation is an illusion. We are all one. Harm the planet and you harm humanity. The ordinary is magical and the magical is ordinary. This is where we're going. This is what we are building on. You are spiritual beings, a soul living in a physical body. We keep thinking we're a physical body with a soul. It's the other way around. We're a soul that went into a physical body. So we have to harmonize with this. We have to somehow use this physical body and harmonize with our soul that's inside this body. And I'm thinking, that's why we're not balanced. The meaning of this card is balancing. And if we're not, sorry, my nose is itching. If we're not balanced, we're not going to harmonize with ourselves. I keep saying that because it really is balance. I have this feeling that our soul gets into this body and it has a hard time adjusting. That is what I'm being told to say, a hard time adjusting. And some of the souls never can adjust. And with them blocking our memory of not remembering, that is why we have such a hard time on this 3D level of existence. Because once the soul enters our body, the conduit of our body, it can either work with it in a balanced harmony, or they can fight against each other in an unbalanced. And that's what's happening. I feel it. And we are going to go to the heaven on earth. I'm not going to read this because we know we are going to manifest our heaven on earth. We just have to believe in ourselves. That's the whole thing. If we don't believe in ourselves and we keep saying, oh, well, somebody told me this and it should be right. No, it's not right. Question everything. Because with that card, we did get the world, regeneration, and number 21, which is a 3, which is the divine. Celebrate what you have achieved and embrace new opportunities. You will be full of energy and motivation. The world is your oyster. Yeah, we're the pearl in the oyster. The world is our oyster. And we have to realize that because the last card that flew out is the 7 of Wands, endurance. And we have the endurance. Say your words loud and clear, and then be prepared to negotiate. You have the higher moral ground. And with endurance and courage, you will get the results you need. That's a resilience card. That is like, you're telling me that I'm not worth that. Well, I'm very worth it. I'm sorry your opinion feels that way, but you know what? I'm better than that, and I'm 100% worth it. So I think that's the attitude that we really have to have with that scenario. Yeah, who's telling me that I'm not worth it? And whose opinion is that? That's what you got to look at. Whose opinion? Oh my goodness, I had so much to talk about today. My husband's out. It's actually somewhat of a decent day, so he's out raking leaves. He was going to work on his shed, but he's raking leaves. We're supposed to have rain tomorrow and probably wind again. So he's not going to take the cover off the shed to work on the roof. Okay, now we got a number 21, which is a 3 again. We got a 3 before. That's divine. We're getting all kinds of messages with these cards. 21, channel your anger, trials. She looks like the Grim Reaper warrior of the spiritual world to me. I mean, she looks very serious. Express well. Anger can help you change your life, release things that no longer serve you, and fight against injustice, but it's no place to dwell. So if what she's saying right now, right off the jump go, don't dwell in that place. And we shouldn't. We shouldn't dwell in the past. We shouldn't dwell in the anger. We shouldn't dwell in the sadness. We shouldn't dwell in it. Anger itself isn't a bad thing. It's what you do with it that matters. It has long been portrayed as a negative emotion, but it is neither good nor bad. It just is. It's an emotional response to an event, circumstance, or person, and it can help motivate you to find solution to problems, take action to improve things, or assist you in expressing your emotions in a healthy way. Anger can also be a warning that you're being mistreated, which you should take heed of. Don't let anyone gaslight you into thinking you aren't entitled to be angry and when you're treated badly. Always be honest about your emotions, even if it's just yourself. Acknowledge without judgment how you really feel and work out why you feel that way. Learn what you need to know from the situation, then release the anger so it doesn't poison you. I have seen so many people hang on to all this anger and it makes them so bitter. Don't do that. Really, don't do that. Release that stuff into the air and let it go. Always be honest about your emotions. When this card appears, it's a message to examine anger. Be aware of your own relationship to this fiery emotion, both within yourself and in others. Are you confusing your disappointment or fear for rage? Has someone accused you of being angry when you're just frustrated? People, particularly women who express an opinion, are often dismissed as angry or aggressive when they're just being assertive, disparaged as bossy and mean instead of powerful and self-assured. Don't mistake strength in yourself or others as something negative or difficult. But if you're angry about something, this card is asking you to examine why. Don't try to deny your feelings, justify your response, or swallow it down and repress it just to keep the peace. Repressing your anger can lead to illness, stress, depression, poor judgment, and explosive, damaging outbursts. Equally, however, don't wallow in it or use it as an excuse to lash out at others or as reasons for your own bad behavior. Always consider that the person you're angry at may be just as upset with you for equally valid reasons. So spend some time in self-reflection before you leap into action. Once you've identified the reason for your anger, you can address the cause and try to improve things. Is there a solution to the problem, something you can do to change the situation, or at least how you feel about it? Do you need to find a compromise with a person or issue, or is it up to you to change your behavior or make amends? There will be times that circumstances are beyond your ability to change or control, and you'll have to learn to deal with your anger in a constructive rather than destructive way. Some things are hard to accept: the death of a loved one, betrayal by a friend, a terrible injustice in the community, or the world failing at something you really wanted to achieve. And being angry is perfectly reasonable for a while. Eventually, you must come to some kind of acceptance and find a way to move forward. Allowing anger's power over you to dissolve. This doesn't mean you shouldn't forget what happened. simply that you work to reduce its impact on you so you don't use anger as a fuel for negativity or an excuse to become self-destructive or cruel. The only real loser in that scenario is you. Living is in anger, bitterness, and the eventual regret that will follow is no kind of life. So learn the lesson anger is sharing with you and use it to transform your outlook and your life. I love that card. That card is a great message for a lot of us. A lot of us are hanging on to a lot of angry moments in our life, and it isn't helping anything, and it's not helping you. I know it's hard to release them. I've had to walk through the dark night of the soul. I have had to release a lot of that stuff, and I agree with you. It is not a pleasant thing, and it's very hard to do. Work on it. It will come. It'll be easier when you work on yourself. Um, we got this card, and I think we got this card a few days ago. It says, "Be vigilant." This is the Messenger Oracle. Be watchful and cautious of both others' actions and your own. Stand ready to protect yourself from those who may covet what you have or seek to harm those you care for, but also be vigilant and watchful of your own actions, lest you be the one doing harm. Weigh your actions, be sure you act wisely, be sure you have done all that needs to be done before moving forward, leaving nothing to chance, lest all you have nurtured and cherished be undone by your own lack of vigilance. That is a good idea. We need to be vigilant, and especially with our intuition. See the signs. And this card has the lion. It has the, okay. You know, we got the golden egg yesterday. We got the Ace of Fire. Do you remember that? It had the lion in it. Now, this card is a different deck. Here's the lion. Here's the golden egg being protected with energy. This looks like a dragon's face. We did get the teacher the other day, the white doves. Here's the white doves. And there's golden horns, and there's feathers hanging, and there's two butterflies. There's a dark one and a golden one. And there's him. He's got a mask on. We had the mask yesterday too, and he's got the third eye glowing. So this is all a nature card, but this seems to be combining the last few cards that we got in the last few readings together. The dove, the lion, the golden egg, the dragon. We just had vigilance. We've had dragons lately a lot. The earth. He's also got gold beaming from his, I'm thinking the throat and the heart chakra. I don't know. This is a really good card. Let's read this. It says, see the signs. We've had all the signs in the cards. The dove, oh, okay. We had a wolf the other day too. And here's a black wolf. Huh. I didn't see the wolf. Ah, okay. And what's really interesting about this is there's triangles in the trees. Right here. Here's a triangle. Here's a triangle. There's another triangle. Another one. Four corners of the earth and the tree of life. Oh my goodness. I just got this. I just got a message. 2 years ago in my dream journal, I drew a picture of the tree of life, okay? And I put four corners of the world. When the four corners of the earth come together and the people come together, then we will be as one and we will be at peace. This looks like the four corners of the earth with the tree and all of the signs that we have got in the cards lately, the strength, the freedom, the cocoon and the butterflies, the dragons, the vigilance, the golden egg. Wow. This is a sign, and it says, see the signs. This is a sign, you guys. Seriously, my dream journal has it doesn't look this pretty. I'm not a good drawer, but it is the tree of life and it is the four corners. And I like how the golden egg, and we had that new beginnings the other day with the ace of wands, the lion with the golden egg and new beginnings. We are often seeing small signs in the form of synchronicities and coincidences. Be watchful. Do not overlook them in the everyday rush of life. Words, numbers, and symbols that repeat, animals and birds that appear on your path, people who come in and out of your life at odd or similar moments, and those flashes and of knowing when you believe something with happening with every fiber of your being. These are all things you are meant to see and hear. Messages from Gaia and great spirits send to aid your journey. Wow. Okay. I have channeled messages and I have some things written down today, and it is about birds. So, and it's about signs. Um, this is very interesting, guys. These cards are very interesting, and I will be watching this later tonight after I record this. Because then, and I've been saying we are in the storm, and we got this maybe a week ago. Calm in the storm. And he is glowing in his heart space, and he is glowing on and he's got the crown of source on him. There are times when life offers us nothing but chaos and turmoil. Wave upon wave knocks us down, sometimes before we can regain our feet. Be still, take a moment to breathe, express your thoughts and feelings, and then do what you can to find a peaceful place of calm within you. If another is in need, offer them safe harbor, be a port in their storm. Wow, because I have been saying that and I have been seeing that in my dreams and my visions that we are in the storm, but because we have been learning mystery school and earth school, we are all being calm and we are not fearing. We are where we are supposed to be and we need to keep going. We need to put that protection and manifest it around us. We have some beautiful, really strong messages today. I'm going to read this one because this one is amazing. We got a number 23, which is another 5, and it is change. And I love this card. Release the inner rebel, be yourself, and create your own universe. Yeah, our Garden of Eden, our heaven on earth. She is confident. She also has the butterflies around her. If you see something just caught my eye on this card. If you look at this card, look at his crown with the rainbows of source beaming through it with energy in his cheeks and all around him. We are all that beaming safe harbor right now. If we manifest it, if we hold the line, we have to hold the line right now. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been training for. She's going to she'll tell you how to do it. This is what we need to do. The heart of a rebel beats within us all. We understand Lilith and her urge of self-determination and freedom because we have already felt this impulse, and at this moment you feel it strongly too. If you are not familiar with the story of Lilith, here is a brief outline. God originally created Adam and gave him a wife as a companion. According to the Talmud, this wife was called Lilith, and she was of equal birth, self-confident, proud, and a free woman. She refused to serve Adam. He wanted to dominate, and she wanted to dominate. An argument ensued. Lilith spoke the secret name of the Lord, which resonated full of magic, and parted from Adam, leaving him a free and self-determined woman. She was said that she never had any children. She had many, but lost them as a punishment of her disobedience and individualism. Lilith wanted to be free. She was not meant for a small world You have drawn this card because you too need more space and freedom for yourself. Emerging from your constraints, cocoon. You are a child of Lilith, all witches, shamans, and healers, all wise men and women, all those to whom knowledge is given, have a spiritual connection to Lilith. Who wants to oppress you? Who wants to take your place? Who is crossing boundaries? Rebuke them, but clearly and with love. Since people are sometimes unaware of their incorrect behavior, follow the path of your soul, the path of freedom, and pay no attention to the compliments, complaints, and criticism of others. They do not know you can create your own universe. The power animal for this card for the next 21 days is the condor. The herbal essence is the jasmine. The healing crystal is emerald. And the number is a 5. Change. Oh boy. Everything I said so far is in these cards. And I don't read these meanings of these cards. I see the cards come out when I do my midnight meditation and they come flying out. I see them, but I don't put much thought in it because I want the words to flow out when I read them the next day, because I want my information to be channeled through me because I'm a conduit for source. And I want him to tell you what you need to get out of these cards, not me. Number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. Its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and creates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. We have a lot of work, guys. This is our time to shine. And I know you can, because you've been learning and you've been teaching people right along with me. I know you have, because if you're here and you're watching me, I was drawn to you and you were drawn to me. We got this card a few days ago. It's the drum. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, their guides, and the dream journey. Journey inward to uncover insight and information that will be important for your path, then follow the guidance. This drum is inspired by the sacred drum of the Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In shamanic traditions, in all four corners of the world, we have something going on now, guys. I seen this in my dream 2 years ago. The four corners of the world come together, that we would be free. Something's happening. The drum recognizes as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner visions is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true. Know it and live it. Wow, I just said my dreams. I had that in my dreams. I seen that in my vision. And that's what we're doing. We're seeing it in our vision. We got the magic guardian. Unlock the magic within. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Magic, with a K, is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The magic guardian is a representation of an angel of magic who helps you direct you will to bring something into creation. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic with a K. You are the answer. You have it within you. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all that you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desire into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. Yeah, I keep telling us we're ready. This is what we've been waiting for. We need to manifest a protection bubble around us from these storms and what they're doing to us, the bad guys, because they are shutting electric off. They are doing this to our people. We, the people, us. And we have to protect each other. So we need to start meditating more. We need to start realizing that we can do this, that we have the power to manifest these storms away. We got the seer. See beyond the current situation. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration and focus in love. Yes, we need to focus and we need to say, we release these storms around us with love and send them away. That's what we need to do. We need to keep repeating that. We release these dark energies, these storms and everything negative around us. We release them with love. That's what we do. Because we have to release it with love. We can't be angry about anything that happened. We can't do this. We just got to manifest our protection, everyone, the universe's protection, and we need to do that. And we need to release it with love. Envision it. Envision the darkness, the negative, the storms, the bad. Envision it, and then release it with love. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I've been doing. Look beyond your current situation, raise your vibration, and focus on love. Focus on love. Focus on love. They said, say it 3 times and people will hear it. We need to do that. Most, if not all, traditions have a seer in some shape or form. Seers are the intelligent and intuitive beings who serve as direct channels for information on what's occurring now and what's about to unfold. This energy isn't about predicting your future for you, but about showing you how your intentions are creating it. A true seer will help you see that your intentions can change. Therefore, so can your future. The message of this card is to let the clairvoyant within you rise up so that you can see the way forward yourself with your spiritual eyes. Clairvoyance isn't just about predicting the future. It's about being able to see clearly enough to create your best future. You are being encouraged by your ancestral guides and angels to see beyond what you think is happening now. Don't allow your ego or doubts to play games with you. Instead of seeing yourself as stuck or lost, know you're in an energetic holding space while the universe recalibrates a path that is more favorable for you. Angels of light are upgrading your energy so that your experiences can be more enjoyable. You are moving towards something extremely uplifting and enlightening, so stay calm and keep your eyes on the prize. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We are raising up, we're uplifting, and we are protected, but we have to help. We have to help our brothers and sisters because I have put a protection bubble around myself. Yes, we went through chaos with the hurricane, but we're alive. I put a protection bubble around us. Me and my husband did that night before the storm. We have to work on this, guys. I don't know how long these storms and winds, they're going to do them, but we need to do this every day. See this? We've got flashes going on right now. We have decodes coming in. I am being told that I need to push this message right now. In the gateway of light activation, we've got the stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifesting vortex. Yes, right now we have some things opening, a vortex going around us that is opening these manifestations for us now. The stellar gateway is the highest of our chakras and is found about 12 to 24 feet above our head. It is the energetic gateway that connects us with the divine matrix. It governs our connection to the spiritual laws of creation in the quantum field and holds our life's potential as it holds all the intentions that we set before this incarnation and all the intentions we've set during it that support the ever unfolding path of our earthly experience. Energetically, this portal is beyond time and space. And when we connect with it, we come into alignment with all the aspects of our soul journey, including when we were part of the cosmos. This card transports us to a stargate that has a giant pyramid within it. Above the stargate, there are three-dimension images of Thoth, the former priest teacher of Atlantis, who is one of the ancient masters holding the secret of the universe. This image is a reminder of our potential and our ancient and starry connections. The pyramid is a symbol of rising power and how our soul has existed through lifetimes. The Stargate is a projection of our own stellar gateway. This card is therefore a reminder that all things are possible, and with the right alignment, we can draw the powers of heaven down to earth in order to create heaven upon earth. Oh my God, I love this card. I'm taken back, guys. It says breathe deeply and imagine. Oh my goodness. Ugh. It says connect. Deep, breathe deeply. Imagine that your breath is taking you up and out to connect with the infinite potential held within the stars. Affirm, I connect with the heaven and earth to create heaven on earth. Oh, that feels so good. You are a master of manifestation. Every one of your thoughts, actions, non-actions, and choices is affecting the unfolding of your path. Realize that you have great potential and power within you, and through your focus awareness, you can draw on heavenly support to create the life of your wildest dreams. Know that all the energies you connect with are carried up to your stellar gateway, and if they are aligned with the intentions your soul had before this incarnation, opportunities will come your way. It is important to consider connecting with your cosmic origins at this time and also tracking down the intentions of your soul. For if you can bring your wishes in this lifetime together with your pre-life intentions, you can live a life that is aligned with the highest of heaven. Wow. I think we have got that card once since I had that deck, and it talked about the pyramids. Did you notice that? And I noticed the pyramids in the four, talked about the four corners too. I noticed the pyramids in the four corners in this tree. So all these cards have just aligned completely with what I'm saying and what my dreams and everything that I've seen. We got Dwalkul, Divine Mission, Enlightened Action. Make choices from the heart with love. Dwalkul, also known as the Tibetan Buddhist master who is said to have had many incarnations, including as one of the original devotees of the Buddha and as one of the three wise men who honored the birth of Jesus with frankincense, gold, and myrrh. He is one of the Mahatmas presented in the work of Helena Blavatsky, who was one of the first Western channelers to share information on the Ascended Master. Dwalkul's purpose is to guide humanity toward a more enlightened and compassionate existence. He is one of the lamas residing in the etheric retreat of Shambhala, a city of light hidden in the Himalayas. Many of these lamas are the spiritual guides of light workers on earth. With this card, you are being guided to know that your current situation is an opportunity to evolve as a spiritual being. Having a human experience, think beyond your current needs and try to see the bigger picture. Be compassionate in your choices and actions and open to seeing that other person's point of view. Let go of any selfish desire you need that may not serve you in the long run, for this will help you take more enlightened steps forward. There is a divine mission in your current circumstances. Your spiritual guides are around you at this time and encouraging you to see how far you have come. See that for yourself and understand how you've evolved. You have all it takes to move on and move up. Let go of any fears of loss and limitations. This is just your ego testing your ability to transcend fear. Let your heart lead the way. Yeah, Shambhala, the city of love. Now, if you have never joined me before, uh, I'm going to tell you what I found out about Shambhala. Shambhala was a place where the yogis and the shamans and all of them tried to find. It was in the Himalayas and it was supposed to be an enlightened place. And a lot of them went and looked for it and either never come back or never found anything. And a young boy went on a journey and he was going through the Himalayan mountains and the snow-capped mountains looking for Shambhala. And he come across a hermit and he was tired. And the hermit says, "What are you doing in these snow-capped mountains, young man?" And he said, "I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey to find Shambhala." And the hermit kind of looked at him and he smirked. And he says, "Well, that's not too far away. That is very easy." And the voice says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, Shambhala is within you. It's within your heart." And so he realized, and probably the shamans that disappeared realized that Shambhala was in their heart space. When they were enlightened, when they were on their peak of enlightening, they were seeing the golden city of Shambhala. They were seeing everything that God has given us on this earth because they uh, didn't rely on the 3D illusion that they were watching. They went within. So they used the soul first and the body as a background, as like their body, because we are all souls in a body. We have to remember that. This was a great reading, and I have some information. Now, I did do some channeling, and I did see some things, and I wrote it down. The other day, yesterday, when I pulled a card, we had a black swan in one of the cards, and I mentioned it. I heard in a message last night, black swan event. So that might be the onset of the black swan event. And that was giving us a warning with the black swan in there. We have to really look into these cards with the pictures, as I did today with the triangle and the four corners. Now, we've had a crow up in a tree cawing at me every time I go out for the last few days. We have crows, but it's just sitting there, and I'm talking to it, and it's calling back at me. So I looked up the meaning of a crow because the birds have been acting really funky. For 2 days, the 6th and the 7th, the birds were flying sideways. They were trying to fly in the window. They were just acting really weird. So yesterday, I looked up the crow calling, a message. That is a message from spirit world impeding change and transformation. Also, we had 2 palliated woodpeckers out there yesterday, and we haven't seen them in a long time. When they took the pine trees down, they're here, but we don't see them as much. And we had 2 of them on our mulberry tree out front, and then they flew on the other tree, and then they flew on the neighbor's tree. And I looked up the meaning of woodpeckers because there's just been a lot of interesting things happening. The woodpeckers is a Roman mythology god of Mars, worshipped in ancient Italy. What's interesting about this is this coincides with a vision that I had a few days ago. It meant agricultural deity associated with fertilization of the soil. That's the woodpeckers. We had two of them. And I thought, the soil. And I wrote this down because I had a vision, and I mentioned this a couple days ago to my husband before I seen the woodpeckers and stuff. And I said, at the old sawmill, I seen like a huge nursery, like to revitalize the land. And they closed the sawmill down, they closed the paper mill down in Perry over the hurricane. The sawmill went, or no, the paper mill went. The sawmill went about a year ago during the plan. And it took a lot of jobs around this area out. But for some unknown reason, we got little banks spropping up, and they're closing big banks. They put in a little college. There's just a lot of things that aren't making sense they're doing in Perry. So I don't, and they put a 7-day a week, 24-hour self fast mart. Like, you go in, nobody works there. They just clean it and stock it. That's it. And that opened recently. And we only have a population of like 6,000. So it doesn't make sense why we'd open 5 new banks, little ones. And we have credit unions and banks already, big ones, and they're closing the big ones and putting them in the little ones. So something is going on. They also put a coffee shop that you drive through. No, you don't go in. It's like a chain in the Save-A-Lot parking lot. So I don't know. There's a lot of things going on. The Dollar Generals, we had one up the road that was the best one in town. The other one was junky. Now, they have a runoff. This is a runoff store now, and there's only a self-checkout for credit cards and one checkout for cash. They're taking cash out of the system. So there's a lot of things going on right now, guys, that aren't making any sense, but I think they're working to revitalize the world. And I'm praying that that is what the movement that we have all been in, number 17, for quite a while, has been telling us, because now everything that we knew in 2017, 18, 19, and 20 that we had learned is all coming to fruition. We've been telling people about this for 3-4 years now, and nobody listened to us. So now it's coming to fruition. So now we have to be prepared, and we have some weather manipulation coming, and we really, really need to work on ourselves right now. Don't judge. Go into a love mode and manifest a protection around our universe and protect it and send it away with love. Send the storms away with love. So we need to start manifesting that. That's very important. I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it because this is really important right now. This is what we've been doing Earth School, and all of the wisdom of the ancestors are with us now. So now is the time we need to use this. I'm going to call it a close right now. I'm going to have a conversation, hopefully, with another beautiful woman. And we're going to talk about this because there's a lot of things going on that are unseen, and we're feeling it. And we're trying to tell people, but they're having a hard time. So we're going to try to get this message out, and we're going to try to be the light right now in the dark for everybody. And you need to be the light for everybody in yours. We're all teachers. We're all learning. Mystery School is here. It's time to get the program going through us, guys. We can do this. Okay, I love everybody. Like always, I always love everybody. And may every step in your journey be magical. And guess what? Now's the time to manifest and just be you.